From boosting your confidence with makeup to breaking down the toxic side of reality TV, we're talking beauty, drama, and everything in between. Welcome to the show, my friends. Party's over. Externally, I wanted to look a certain way, but internally, I wasn't happy. I've had so many procedures, so many treatments, more than I can count. I started to really focus on doing things for my body that made me feel good. I decided to write my book to share this knowledge, and people have really resonated with it. And that night at 5 in the morning, there's a girl at the front door. I was able to figure out what a narcissist was because I was married to a narcissist.
There's some stuff in there I'm very surprised that you're talking about.
I can spot the red flags now from a mile away. I want the viewers of my show to walk away feeling great about themselves and feeling empowered. I'm going to incorporate my story as well in the show, but I also am very interested in learning about other people's stories.
I love your honesty and your genuineness. That's what makes you so authentic and real and why people want to talk to you.
Watch Party's Over. It's going to be fun, informative. We're going to have a great time. Party's over. The right makeup can make you feel great, but sometimes women on the go feel like it's a lot to manage. I'm here today with makeup artist Natalie Ruiz, and she's going to talk about tips for looking great every day. Hi, Natalie.
Hey girl, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Good, okay, so we're gonna hop right into it and basically show you easy, polished, any age looks for great placement, just to refresh your face. And honestly, things that every female should know when it comes to makeup. So we're gonna start with just revamping it, adding more contour, placement with that, blush, and let's get into it. Amazing. So I like to use Fenty. And what I like about it is that it's super buttery, so it literally glides on to the face, so it's easy for all my females to use. And I like to use a fluffy brush just like this, and you just dip into it. You make sure you tap. And you ready?
Yes.
So we're gonna go right into it, and this is gonna add so much dimension to her face, which is honestly what us females need. We don't mind a little bit of that contour, and look at already that difference that it's creating.
How do I look?
I love it. We're gonna add some to the forehead. These are the 3 areas where you wanna add for dimension when it comes to contour and bronzing. So we're adding to the forehead, obviously on the cheek here, the upper level cheek, never below because it will droop your face and we don't want a droopy face. Then on the jawline as well. And right away, you see the face creating so much dimension.
Yay, I'm contoured.
Yeah.
And what about Butters?
Butters.
Butters.
Butters has a natural contour.
Okay, Butters feels left out.
So we're gonna go ahead and repeat the same steps on the other side. So if you forgot how it is, we're gonna do it on the other side. And Sandra has such a beautiful face for bronzer and contour.
Thank you, Natalie.
She just has a beautiful jawline. She don't need too much, by the way. And stunning.
Thank you.
And I love that this formula does not pick up cakey as well, so.
Do I look contoured?
Okay, we're gonna go and step into blush. This blush is honestly so beautiful and also an amazing price as well. This is the Juvia's. It comes with 2 tones, which is like a nice fall color. Us females, we are always looking for the season products, and I feel like Juvia will do you. And this is the volume 2.
So where can our viewers buy the Fenty and that Juvia?
So you can find Juvia's at Ulta, and then you can find Fenty in Sephora.
Or on Amazon?
On Amazon. Amazon has everything nowadays.
Perfect.
So we're gonna dip into this peachy color for blush right here. I feel like it complements her undertone. And we're gonna place it on the upper level of her cheek right here. Never too low because it will droop her face because you wanna keep some highlights in the under the eyes as well. And we're gonna go ahead and repeat that step.
I love all these tricks.
I know. You're gonna be such a pro after this.
This is amazing. So just for the audience, they can pretty much use any type of makeup. So these brands aren't sponsors on the show. These are just brands that we like, but you can use any brand.
Yes.
For the same type of
look and finish. So yeah, these are just amazing products that I prefer, but they are not sponsored. And if you have your own stuff that is similar, you can definitely use them to create the look you want to create with the contouring, blush, and also the placement.
Right, we're just showing you examples.
Examples and placement. Okay.
And we love Dior, so this is the
Dior.
best.
Do you like Dior?
Butters, do you like Dior? Look, these are your colors. They match you.
The little sniff. Okay, so we're gonna add some highlighter, and I'm gonna show you highlighter placement for Sandra. And I love these shades because there's a universal, so anybody can wear it. And it looks buttery. Like
Those
butter.
are great shades, and also you could use these colors for more than just highlighting. You could use it for eyeshadows as well.
For everything. So you're gonna see how I put it as highlighter on her upper points of her cheek and on her eyes to give it a pop. So I'm gonna swirl into the second one. As you can tell, it is a favorite. And I'm going to get right in there. And I pick up about that much. And I like to kind of have her twist the cheek. And I place it right about here. And I feel like right there, you're going to see some magic and glow. It's just
Magic,
perfect.
I love magic.
We love magic. Okay, and we're gonna go ahead and place it on the other side of the cheek.
Do I look super refreshed?
You do. And of course, you can't miss the nose. So we're gonna go in.
Wait, make my nose look smaller.
Oh yeah, I got you, girl. Slim my nose.
Slim my nose.
And then for eyes, everything. We wanna raise, lift it, everything. So we're gonna go in and use this for the eyes as well to give it a nice pop.
So what do you suggest for eyes in terms of always keeping the eyes looking big?
So for eyes to look big, I always recommend using like colors that are gonna make it pop, like shimmers and champagnes and all of those, because they are gonna brighten your eye but also lift. And then keeping contrast at the end of your eyes is also important to give your eyes that bigger looking, because it's pulling away and also the shimmer is lifting up. So it's pulling and lifting up, so it's gonna make your eyes mimic a bigger eye.
And can we also show the audience the best way to apply liner? Because a lot of times you can apply liner to make your eyes look smaller instead of larger.
So I'm gonna show you exactly how to do that. So I'm using an angled brush right here. Angled brush is such a necessary thing to have for liner, especially when you wanna create a nice sharp liner. So I'm gonna go in with my angled brush, and I use an eyeshadow to create it because it's also user-friendly. So if you are looking to do a liner that's super easy, use eyeshadow. So I go in with the darkest shadow right here. And this is a Morphe palette as well. Not sponsored.
Not sponsored, but
Not
you guys
sponsored.
can use anything that you want.
Anything you can use, but I just have this one. So always when you're doing your liner, you wanna look directly straight into the mirror, and then you always wanna like pull a little bit. So you wanna pull with your finger and then slightly start to create an angle up. And right away, that's already creating contrast into the eyes and giving her that lift with the liner, but also not making her eyes look small, because liner can quickly make your eyes look smaller depending on the thickness.
Yes, make my eyes look as big as possible.
Oh, I got you. So right away, that is like a quick little liner that we can do on her to give her eyes more of a lifted and open look. We love her. Okay, I'm gonna repeat, we love her. We're gonna repeat the same step on the other eye. So I'm gonna grab, look straight forward, and we're gonna lift. And look down. Love her.
Thank you.
And right away you see like the difference that eyeliner creates for the eye. Love her. Okay, perfect. Another technique we can use to make her face look a little brighter, since we have been using blushes and contours and bronzers, is using a little bit of a setting powder. This one's talc free, and this is great to put right under the eyes to softly highlight that area, blur it, and also brighten it. So I like to go in with my Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I like to just tap with a powder puff. Look all the way up.
So what's the difference between talc-free and one?
A normal one.
A normal one.
So talc-free is an ingredient in a lot of powders that dry you out over time. We don't want to be dry in like 2-3 hours. So I really like to use talc-free for that reason.
So we want to look super refreshed all day.
Refreshed all day. And look all the way up. And I like to place this right under the eyes. And right away, it's an instant brighten. And of course on the T-zone and a little bit on the upper lip and on the chin. And she looks gorgeous.
So is this an immediate facelift?
Yeah. And then I like to use the D'Alba spray. This is honestly such a great refresher. After we did all the placement, add the contour, and all of the good stuff that us females need to know how to do, we need to set it, but also keep it hydrated. So
This is my new favorite product, by the way.
It's awesome.
D'Alba?
D'Alba.
Or D'Alba. Love it.
We have to explain the key ingredient.
Yes.
It is white truffle from Italy. And white truffle is super hard to find, so the fact that this brand has this ingredient is really good. Okay, you ready?
Yes.
So it's very misty, so if you guys want to see, look at that. She's gorgeous. Let's go in, close your eyes. Good. And about 3 to 4 spritz is perfect.
And it smells so good.
It smells like skincare. And I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that's fully dry.
I love this. Where did you get this?
Amazon.
Okay, Amazon, everyone.
Make sure you always have a fan, especially
Love
in
this.
Florida. You need a fan.
This is amazing.
I know. And then we're gonna reapply some lip gloss for her. And I don't want it to fall. Okay. We're gonna reapply some lip gloss. We're using the Milk lip gloss right here. This is in the shade Quest. And I like the shade because it is like a burnt rose and it's not so pinky, which is a perfect neutral color, especially for the fall season.
Is this universal for everyone?
This is so universal, and you can pair this with a good lip liner, which I have for her. This is a Sephora lip liner, and it complements the shade as well. So we're gonna go ahead and do a little liner. And liner, you can either overline or follow the natural lip pattern, whatever you prefer. A lot of my girlies love a natural lip pattern.
I do. I like
Sandra
the
does.
natural.
Sandra loves a natural lip pattern, so we're gonna focus on having a natural lip pattern. So we're gonna go ahead. Perfect.
Perfect.
And this is like a nice neutral color. And then we're gonna go in with the Milk gloss for Sandra that I have gifted her because it just looks so good on her.
That's so sweet. Thank you,
she
Natalie.
just needs it. You need it.
I'm
Then we're gonna go in. No, it looks so good.
I love it.
Obsessed. Perfect. And that's pretty much like our little
Yay.
routine. And then the final seal for everything is the one size setting spray with SPF. And
This is
so
amazing
good.
because it has the SPF in it, and this is something else that you can spray periodically
yes.
throughout the day.
And honestly, it's important to just throw in your bag, even for the beach. You don't even have to wear makeup. This has SPF in it. So let's go in and do like a quick spray. Hold your breath always, always. Ready? Breathe. And it's perfect because it's a dry mist, so it doesn't like soak you like other sprays. And this is the look that we completed on her.
we did it.
And then Butter needs a little setting
wait,
spray.
Butters.
We're not gonna spray him though, because poor no.
It's like Butters.
So cute.
Thank you.
And there we have it. This is the look, and I hope you guys take away key points from it with placement, with doing your makeup quickly, and how to have a polished look.
Yay! Thank you, everyone.
What do you
everyone,
think,
what do you guys
crew?
think, crew? Thank you, Natalie. Hey guys, do me a favor. Hit subscribe, like, and share this episode so we can grow our community here at Party's Over. We'll be right back to talk about reality TV. Reality TV may be entertaining, but behind the scenes, it can be pretty toxic. TV personality Mary Amons was on The Real Housewives of DC, and she's here to talk about how it all works behind the scenes. Hi, Mary. Thank you for joining us today.
Hi, girls. Nice to meet you. So good to be
Nice
here.
to meet you. Thank you. We just had a few questions. You were on Real Housewives of DC, and that was in 2010.
A long time ago.
Yes. Was it fun?
Oh my gosh, I had so much fun. I feel like that I had this sort of interesting, unusual experience with reality television, which is why I'm very excited to be your guest today to talk about reality television and what I experienced. But yeah, I had a blast, actually.
That's so great.
Yeah.
So were you really close friends with the other ladies on the show?
So Linda and I had gone back 15 years as very dear friends. And, our producers had some trouble casting. Finding anyone attached to politics was going to be really challenging. And so what they did is they contacted some of the very connected girls in DC that did PR and events. And they just kind of reached out to the social scene and people that were prominent in DC that were doing things that were interesting. And they found me and they found Linda. And we both kind of pinky promised that we wouldn't let this interfere with our dear, dear, authentic, loving relationship. And it didn't, it actually, we had so much fun doing it. And I feel like we are sort of in a category of anomaly with the experience, actually.
Are you and Linda still friends?
Very close friends. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Very. Yeah. And we're both Virgos. We're both Virgos, and our birthdays are in September. And that's basically our bond, is that, nothing can come between that.
I love that. So you're both Virgos. That's great. How often did the producers push you to stir the pot on the show? Or was that even a real thing?
It's such an undercurrent going on. It's nothing that our producers or PAs or anyone that was close to us managing us was very deliberate about. It was mostly just asking some questions about what's going on with me and what's my schedule and just kind of poking around. But I never, ever felt like there was any sort of encouragement to say something or do something that wasn't authentic to me. And I also told our producers from the get-go that I knew that they needed drama. They needed something interesting from me, but I was going to just show up as myself, and myself is, I think, pretty interesting. and no, so I don't ever remember anyone sort of poking at me and making me say something or do something that wasn't authentic to what I was doing.
Do you feel like there was an undercurrent with the cast outside of the production that kind of wanted some drama outside of you and your friend, obviously, but with the other clique of girls? Do you think maybe that created some drama?
I think so. Several of us didn't know each other well. Like I had just met Kat, and she was kind of new to the whole city, and she's from the UK, and she's easily like mixed in our group. But I'd say Kat and Stacy were just a little bit tougher to connect with. Stacy more than Kat. Kat just completely sort of melted into us. And I met her days before we started producing.
So that said, I think a lot of people, watch a reality show and don't realize how much time goes into it, how many production schedules there are, how releases need to be signed. Do you mind I don't know if you're allowed to talk about, what was a typical day of filming like? I
can talk about anything now. I
can
talk about anything, and because I was released. So my contract is null and void. And those contracts were horrific, just for the record. They were trying to lock up my children for 10 years to do anything in film and television, which that's all null and void now. But I mean, sorry, the question again, I just got off track.
What was a day in the life like?
The day. So I am a mother of 5, first and foremost. And my schedule, and they knew this, my schedule was my schedule to raise my family and manage my children. And at the time, my children were 10 to 22. And, we had lunches to pack and all that. So my commitment to them was 5 days a week. There's a lot of fives here. 5 days a week, 5 hours a day for 5 months.
Wow.
And I have 5.
And you were specific. That's great. So you were very specific about your time.
How did your kids feel about it, especially the 22-year-old? I mean, did your 22-year-old appear on camera? Was there a conversation prior to joining?
Yes. So Lolly Amons became quite a character in our show. And she was quite cranky at first about everything and felt like, what are all these people doing in our house? And she was a bit cranky. And so I had to pull her aside and I had to say, Lolly, you don't have to do this. But you do have an opportunity because you're in a phase where you're trying to do something for yourself. You have an art interest that you'd like to promote. And I had to do that to Richie Amons too. Like, he got cranky first.
Rich is your husband?
Rich, my husband at the time, yeah. So I just had to sort of sit everyone down and just straight up say, if you don't want to be in this, then please excuse yourself. It's fine. But this is happening and this is what it's going to look like. And you have an opportunity to do something with it for yourself in a positive way.
Did these lead into other opportunities for your family? Or did the show lead into?
So Lolly quickly adjusted her attitude and became quite a prominent figure in our show, which ended up being a big backfire because if you watched it, the Salahis portrayed her as a thief, and none of it was true. It was all that's where production
right.
But they got into some trouble too, though, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like international incident kind of trouble. Yeah. But as far as Lolly's concerned, this is where it's probably interesting to what you're talking about or looking for, is that I had no idea that them focusing in on my fingerprint lock on my closet to keep her out of my clothes had anything to do with
anybody with kids does.
Yeah.
Not to interrupt, but I mean, I have cameras in my closet because I have kids.
Exactly.
Like, nobody's a thief. It's like, I don't want you touching my Chanel bag.
Yeah, like, I mean, if I had that closet today, I would have cameras in it too.
Right?
Of course.
But we didn't have those back then.
Right.
But anyway, yeah, Lolly got spun into an incident that occurred, I guess, that was associated with the Salahis, who were the thieves of our show, basically stole the show, even,
Right.
like literally. But what I didn't know is that there was an underlying storyline going on with Lolly getting into my closet and being involved in some sort of incident with the Salahis and their car and some charity event where things were stolen.
So were they making her the villain of the show?
They were trying to spin, I think what the Salahis were doing were trying to come up with something to deflect from their behavior.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And I mean, honestly,
so that was pretty damaging.
Honestly, there was very little that you could contrive with our cast. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot of stuff that could sort of interconnect us that had any drama, really.
Wow. Did something else happen like after the show for you in terms of, your newfound fame? Did it help you move on to a different career?
I would say that because of the timing of and also the way we were left in a kind of a negative light with the Salahis crashing the White House.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I mean, it was a whole thing.
I remember that.
You need to go back and watch it. It's on Peacock streaming.
Yeah, no, I remember the crashing. And didn't she run off with the journey?
Because
I mean, they were a hot mess.
Yeah,
they were a hot mess. And
it's sad because I feel like, do you think you would have gotten renewed if it weren't for them?
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Right? Like they just put a bad taste in, everybody's mouth.
Well, it just, it made it hard for me just in my normal life, my neighborhood, my neighbors. You know, there's a lot of pretty influential people that live around me that were shunning me. Kat,
That's sad.
Kat was at the time married to the White House photographer, and they were disinvited to the White House Christmas party.
Oh my God.
And that was like real stuff, you know, that wasn't
Yeah.
just for cameras. In fact, that was after the show.
Like you had kids in school at the
That was
time.
a
Like, what was it
career.
like to walk on campus? You know, did you get stink eye at carpool? Like, I feel like these moms can be judgy.
I had neighbors that scoffed at me, and I mean, even very, very close old friends just were so disappointed that I was associated with such
Really?
nonsense. Yeah. But also, authentically, I knew what I was signing up for, and I knew that I had an opportunity to really make something for myself, and I didn't do it for fame. My grandfather was a very famous man in our entertainment history. In fact, Arthur Godfrey Boulevard is right in your neighborhood, right?
Yeah. Yes, it is.
My grandfather, he was one of the pioneers of radio and television. So I really didn't do it for fame, because I knew my mother grew up around that, and it wasn't anything that drew me in. It was more of an opportunity for me to create a platform. I had a charity that I was focusing on at the time and started, and that really was why I did it. But because the Salahis did what they did, it completely overshadowed anybody's real character development and who they were and what they were doing. And they literally had to go and re-edit the entire show to feature that as the finale. And it was basically a build-up to how we were around this and how we dealt with it and what we think of them and these people, basically. So it was. I have mixed emotions about it, because I feel like there was big disappointment, because I felt like there were things that I really wanted to do. But also, I'm very spiritually driven, and I know that things happen for a reason. And I feel like I was saved maybe from being the nice girl that would have been trashed the next week, the next season.
And that could have happened the next
Yeah.
season. You could have been ruined.
And
I
I-
mean, so easily.
And I think DC is tough. I
is
think
tough.
that it's a lot of the Real Housewife franchises are in New York or Miami, and I think DC, not politically, but just is conservative.
It's so
conservative as far as like people's attitudes towards anything that is not highbrow. And to them, reality TV isn't highbrow.
It's trashy.
And all of a sudden,
To be
you
honest,
can be
they've made it
educated.
trashy.
Yes.
They think it's
So
trashy.
I worked in reality television as a producer years ago, and I had a acquaintance text me and tell me that I am making my JD and NBA frown because I was associated with reality television. I mean, and I feel like these are the type of people you were
And you were
probably
from
dealing
Maryland,
with.
so
And I
it's
was
a
from
much more
Maryland.
conservative area.
I was living in LA, and I'm sitting in the production office, and I get this text message, and I'm like, "This is what you're concerned about, lady?" Like,
Right.
oh, I'm sorry. It was my use of duck face. It was making it frown. So,
gosh.
but it's like I feel like that would be like a whole city in DC.
So what happened after the show? Like, what happened with your life after?
So, full disclosure, I was living with my husband separated during the show. And I've talked about this publicly, but yeah, we had a separation agreement in place, which is also another reason. And I will come out and say that most women that are agreeing to sign up to this have some reason that they want to do it financially, whether it's like make a change in their relationship or marriage, or blast something off professionally or whatever. But I had that going on, and I actually, at the end of our filming schedule, was not sleeping well because I felt like I wasn't being true and honest. And what I was doing is I was protecting our family's privacy, which I think was important and pretty amazing that I was able to do that. But when I requested a meeting with our producers, because we didn't know if we were going forward or not, I requested a meeting with our producers and just sort of broke it down and said, hey, this is the case. This is what's going on. We're headed for divorce at some point. We're working things out. And first of all, their first response was, we've been in your house for 5 months and we can see that you're not like really, really cohesive and, having a lot of fun together. So that's kind of translated. And the more I've talked about it publicly, the more the viewers have said, yeah, we can see that you guys aren't very connected. And, but my point is that I went to them saying, okay, if we're going to go forward, I need some scenes right now before we wrap. I need some scenes talking about this with some of my friends.
Yeah.
Because I don't want
you want to control the
yeah,
narrative.
I don't want this
Exactly.
I don't want to seem like I'm not being true and authentic.
Right.
So they did. They were gracious, and we did film some scenes that were never used because we didn't go forward. But I would think if we had gone forward, they would have brought those in at the beginning as a conversation to sort of lead into here's where we are now. So
for the next season.
yeah, for sure.
So what ended up happening?
So we got divorced. Sorry. I had my main focus at the time professionally was my charity work for women's and children's causes in DC. But then as I needed to make money. I wasn't collecting a salary with that charity work. So, and I had a small design business. And so I just basically poured my life into my interior design business. And that's what I do now. And I also have a skincare line, Coco Loco Body Care, that I've started with my best friend, and it's all organic, and we're having so much fun. We're doing a lot of grassroots marketing, doing trunk shows around the country in fun places like Telluride and Aspen. And
yeah, that's so fun.
Yeah.
Was this Linda or a different?
No, my friend. No, one of my friends that wasn't on the show.
Okay. She'll still hang out with you.
Hang out with me after the show. Yeah. So and my kids are all grown now. I'm going to be a grandmother in March for the first time. Yeah. So, yeah, my oldest Lolly is now 39, and my youngest is 27, and my first grandbaby is coming from my youngest.
You look amazing.
Oh, thank you.
You don't look like a grandmother.
Not at all.
Yeah. Well,
I have a question.
Yes.
Would you do it today? Would you go on a reality show based on your current situation and the current reality climate?
I would have to look at that contract. I would have to see who's behind it. I would have to see who's in it. But I do think it would be fun to do one of those housewives getaway shows or whatever, because I'm friends with a bunch of them from other cities.
Yeah.
And very good friends with Dallas girls. And so yeah, I would consider it. I'd have to weigh it and see. I feel like our show was really an anomaly. I mean, it was.
You never know. Maybe they'll bring back Casey.
They should bring back Casey.
No, well, Potomac kind of took that place,
which is so not fair because
but it's totally
not
different.
Same.
It was
Like
completely
it's
different.
complete. Like anybody that's from there knows it's like two completely different
different
worlds.
worlds.
Yeah.
Like the kids don't even go to the same schools,
No.
do they? It's
No.
like completely
It's
different.
completely different.
Yeah.
It's
and
completely different
I think
cast.
it's called Potomac because the Potomac is the river that runs through DC.
Yes.
So it's not Potomac, Maryland, because nobody from that show lives there.
Right.
And I think it's sort of, I don't know. It's not DC. And
No.
I don't think reality shows work in DC, honestly. I think people are buttoned up and they don't want to show a whole lot. I mean, they keep things pretty tight, especially people that are attached to politics.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I think professionally, it's very difficult to get people because even if the wife isn't doing it, the husband is probably in a position where they can't have their wife on there.
Yeah.
We're really happy that you found happiness and a new career. That's so amazing.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for coming on our show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Now it's time for Spill It, my favorite part of the show, where you ask us anything and my friend Vita and I tell you what we really think. I cannot wait for this one.
I am so ready to hear what the people have to say today.
Okay, listen to this. Dear Sandra, my husband is 55 and says the sagging under his chin makes him feel older than he actually is. I told him to get a neck lift, but he says a real man doesn't do that. Who's right?
Is it like 1920, a real man? Like, what's a real man?
What is a real man? Because everybody gets work done.
I feel like it's completely acceptable for him to get work. However, there is a caveat. There's nothing worse than these guys that look so overdone and then they start looking Dracula-like.
That's true.
You know what I'm talking about? That like vampire face these guys get? I can't handle it. So yes, I think he should get the neck lift.
Yes.
No question. However, he needs to proceed with caution and maybe ease into the procedures before he dives right in.
Or doesn't necessarily have to jump into a neck lift. He could start by, it depends, because if he has extra fat under his chin,
Like that chicken
then he can
thing?
do Cabela.
Oh yeah, Cabela's a really good
melt the fat.
alternative.
And then he could start with some threads to see what he looks like and then maybe go and do the neck lift. So he could kind of ease himself into it.
I think that's the play. I feel like this guy shouldn't go 0 to 60.
Exactly.
He should, dip his toes in some stuff, maybe even get a facial. Like if he thinks real men don't get neck lifts, my guess is he hasn't seen an esthetician
He's never had a
lately.
facial. He's probably never had a manicure and pedicure. So he should start slowly, but definitely start with something more non-invasive before he jumps right into a surgery.
I agree. And it's good for her, for him to look good, because if she's getting all this work done and then she's standing next to this man, they're going to think it's her dad.
Although,
I see where you're going.
I'm not, okay, just so you know that yes, it's good for your man to look good, but you also don't want him to look good for other women. So this could actually backfire on you.
Oh, 100%. My mother used to tell me this because I would dress my husband up and she'd be like, what are you doing? Like, you already have him. Like, why do you want to make him look good for other people?
Exactly. And I made that mistake, so I would not do that again. So you have to be sure that you want him to look better, because if he gains all this new confidence, he may end up leaving.
So to answer your question, real men do get neck lifts and facelifts. However, it might not be in your best interest to dole this advice to your husband.
Exactly. So make sure you know what you're doing.
So to answer your question, real men do get procedures. However, proceed with caution if you're going to start this whole Pandora's box with your husband.
100%, because it can absolutely backfire on you if you make this man look way better than he already looks. Thanks for your letters. We love spilling it with you. And that's it for today's Party's Over. If you like what you see, you can show us by following and subscribing. You can also find me on Instagram at Sandra Lena Silverman for more tips and tricks and the whole lot of truth. Until next time, remember to protect your peace, your style, and your joy.